Hey, what's going on, guys? I am launching my kayak for the first time in the open water in 2024. So got the kayak on top of the truck, got all my gear in the back. I'm not used to doing that. I'm used to having my enclosed trailer, but I had this still strapped up for my Indiana show I did a couple days ago. So I figured I'll launch from the top of the truck. So we're gonna get it from up there, down to there, going out there, catching fish. Here's my good buddy Alan Massey and my good buddy Darius is coming out. And Alan's got his rig ready to go. He's gonna rough it out in this wind today in this Pelican. This thing weighs what, like 40 pounds?
40 pounds.
40 pounds. So I don't know, what do you think, man?
Be all right.
Be all right?
All right, we'll get on them.
All right, we're gonna find fish, but I think we're gonna have to, I might tow you. I can put you in the back of my kayak. It's gonna be windy out here for all of us, but luckily me and Darius both have pedal drives. But you know what, we all started with paddles, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, and hopefully I can outfish Alan today, because I don't care what kayak he's in, the fish don't seem to care. So all right, kayak down, let's get in the water.
The Basquatch Hunter. Fish out of water.
All right, so we got two finesse rods. We got a netted rig rod, a creature rod, jerk bait rod, and a crankbait rod. So it looks choppy out there. It's a little rough. So I don't think my jerk bait's gonna come out today as much. But today I'm definitely using these built-in rod leashes on the Yak Attack Black Pack. That way my rods don't come out. I've got them all locked in. All right, I always do a double check, make sure everything's tight. Tighten down all your stuff. Now I gotta put on my GoPro mount there, rod holder here, pliers are good, pedal drive, and then we gotta launch. I hope there's fish today. Hope there's fish. Here's all my accessories. Got my fish finder, my rod holder, and my GoPro mount, and my visibility flag. Those are the only 4 accessories that I put on my boat. All right, let's get it rigged up. Boom, she is set up, ready to go. Net, GoPro mount, rod holder, cell block, fish finder with the switch blades, transducer arm, tether for the pliers. I got my Yak Attack Black Pack with my rods, and of course, my visibility flag. All right, now I'm going to park the truck. And let's hit the water. I'll see you in the wind. All right, so first time in the kayak in 2024, and I could be wearing a t-shirt right now minus this wind. It is so windy out right now. Man, this is ridiculous. So on a day like this, when it's this windy out, whew, on a day like this, when it's this windy out, what I do is I go to the furthest point with the wind, or against the wind. So all the way out there, I'll start out there. Then I'm gonna let the wind just blow us back this way. So that way I don't have to work as hard fishing. I can use the wind to my advantage, and that way I don't have to cast into the wind either and sit here and constantly readjust and fight this, because this wind is brutal today. Man, look at that. That's choppy. So using a cell block fish finder mount, it's just out of the way of my foot too. Look at that. I was nervous. There's other mounting holes so I could push it out further, which I'm probably gonna do after today, just so I don't, you know, it's pretty close. I don't want to kick it, but marking some fish, marking some fish. All right. right, first cast of 2024. Throwing a Berkeley creature here. All right, we have 53-degree air temps today, but with the sun, it's like 60. We have 51-degree water temps today with some white caps, lots of wind. Today's gonna be a fun one. Today's gonna be like a little rodeo out here. I'm in the Moken 10 PDL from Feel Free. Super stable, but it's a small kayak. So I gotta make sure I face these waves head on and try to stay straight with that wind so I don't get in a bad situation here. I need to get a fish though. First fish 2024 coming up. All right, we're headed out to our spot. The whole crew's here now. We got Alan back here. Where's he at? Back here paddling. I got Darius over here next to me in the C Stream 120. And we're going against this wind here and these waves. We get some fish today, Darius? All right. Darius is using a spinner bait, and that makes me really angry because it's the only bait that I didn't bring today. It's literally the only thing I don't have in my tackle box.
The Piper Apollo is big time.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of stupid, but whatever.
I'll throw it.
Exactly. Gotta give it a shot.
All right, fish time. All right, still no fish, and it's been like an hour and a half. This wind has been kicking the crap out of us, so it's been really hard to kind of stay in one spot. The water temp is only 46 degrees out here in the main lake, so it's a lot tougher. Might not get a fish today, but first time being in the kayaks, and can't really complain about the weather today for being the end of February. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. Oh, that's a good bass.
Nice and some hard, too.
Dude, he's barely hooked. Yes! In the net.
Right.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't play with treble hooks though, so I'm grabbing pliers first. Fish second. Ooh, this fish is cold. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Get my glasses out of here. It's not even sunny out.
Right as the sunset.
Oh my God. Look at that bass, guys. Look at it. Yes. First bass of the year. First time fishing all year. Awesome, let's go. Nice jerkbait fish. Yes, look at that. That's the nice golden jerkbait from Berkeley right there. Look at that. The nice Berkeley Stunna jerkbait. First bass of the year, first time fishing of the year. Like 4 casts with this bait. I love this bait in the springtime. Let's go. Let's go. The day's not over. So we're out here throwing jerk baits, and Darius just hooked another pike. Looks like it's his, I don't know how many that is for. I think it's his 4th pike of the day. Bunch of little pike, like 12 to 15 inchers. And I got the only bass of the day so far. But the sun's going down, it's getting cold out here. Water temps are 46.7. It's pretty cold water temp. The air temp is pretty much the same. Now that the sun's going down, it's starting to get chilly. I'm working this Berkeley Stunna jerkbait, and my adrenaline's through the roof. First time out in the kayaks all year. First time throwing a jerkbait all year. First bass of the year. Can't complain. Can't complain. Although I have had I've had 3 hooks in me and 2 in my clothing today, so I'm definitely knocking some rust off. I haven't been kayak fishing in a few months. But first bass, can't complain about that. I love it. I love it. That's what fishing's all about. I was telling Darius earlier that it's all about that 4 seconds of adrenaline you get when you hook a fish. It's that just that hook set and the fight. Maybe it's more than 4 seconds. Maybe it's like 30 seconds. seconds to a minute, but it's that adrenaline rush you get. It's so short-lived, but it just like filters through your entire body for so long. It makes all those fishing worth it, all the struggling, all the times that you don't get fish, all the times that you hook your fingers like I did. Makes it all worth it with that 30-second adrenaline rush of setting the hook on a fish, fighting them, getting them in the net and landing them. Having that sense of accomplishment of landing the fish is the biggest. Once that fish goes in the net, first thing I always do, I'm always like, yes, like I landed it, like I didn't lose it, it didn't come off. Like it's like I hold my breath the whole time I fight fish. But let me know in the comments if you guys do the same thing. Do you guys hold your breath like when you're reeling a fish? Are you like holding your breath like anxious, like hoping that you don't lose it? Or are you calm and collected, or you know? You got another one? Oh, here we go. Let's go see what Darius got. Let's go see what he's got. That looks nice. Hold on, don't release him yet. How many pike is that for you today? 4 or 5. Darius over here, the pike slayer. I'll call you the pike squatch hunter soon. Look at that, another jerkbait fish. Man, this wind. Are you still skunking the Allen right now?
Yeah, actually,
Do you want a jerkbait? I'll give you the one I'm using. Time for more fish. Something about the motion of a jerkbait always amazes me in cold water, how efficient and effective it is. I'm always stubborn with jerkbaits too. I always don't want to throw them, but then when I finally throw a jerkbait, I start catching fish. The hardest part for me with jerk baits is I call them pause baits, because you get the strikes on the pause. So it's the patience of a crankbait is like it's like two things fighting at the same time. Like a crankbait, you're supposed to be able to retrieve the whole time, but a jerk bait, you don't. So it's just tough. Like my hyperness wants me to just reel and retrieve a jerk bait, but that's not how you catch fish on a jerk bait. Shallow flat right here in front of me, so I'm going to cast right at the edge. Oh, perfect! Right at the edge of the drop off, so I can pull this jerk bait about 3 to 4 foot down, right on top of the drop off. And if the fish are looking up, like I hope they are, this could be a good spot. This could be a very productive spot. Man, casting into the wind, this Abu Garcia Zata reel is like my favorite reel, my most reliable reel. I never nest these things up. I mean, you have to practice and get good with it like any reel, I guess, but I love this reel. Come on. I feel like I'm gonna get a pike over here. I just feel it. I just feel like this is a pike area. Darius just caught a pike over here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's a little pike. It's a little pike. Oh, but he hammered. He hammered. Look at him just twisting in the net. I hate it. I hate these things. Man. Here it is, all that trouble. I told you, I called it. I said, watch, I'm gonna get a pike. All my stuff's all tangled. I knew I'd get a pike over here. I knew it. Let him go. That was a strong swim off. Jeez. All right, now I got a mess to deal with, but I always deal with the fish first. Whew, those fish are cold. But I got a mess. Oh my gosh. That pike does a death roll and spins and is buried every treble hook into this net. Now this is why it's really important that you use a rubber net, because all these hooks, instead of being hooked into the net, they're just wrapped around it, so they'll come out without ripping my net up. But it's just gonna take a second here. It's really important to check your line for any nicks or any problems before you throw it again. I normally always say to cut and retie after a pike, but at the end of the day, I'm at the launch, it's windy, it's cold, I'm just gonna throw it. If I lose it, I lose it, but I hope I don't. But let's get another fish. Probably another pike strike. Probably another pike strike. Let's see if we get him. Let's see if we get him. I'm gonna head in. Always on the pause. Here we go. Here we go. Fish on. Oh my God, look at that rod bend, bro. Oh God, come on. It's a little bit big of a pike. Come on. All right. Another pike. This will be the last one of the day. All right. Let's see if I can get my grips out and try to manage this fish. I always hold the hook at the same time with the pliers. That way it doesn't slingshot up in my face, especially with a jerk bait. I always try to manage the bait, make sure it's protected so it doesn't slingshot. There we go. And then I just heard the pike burp. I heard the pike burp. Man, he's got 2 trebles in him. He's swiped hard. There we go. Oh, and I'll deal with the bait later. There we go, pike number 2, fish number 3. First day on the lake this year. Not bad at all. Do a quick picture for the gram. And then release him in the water. That's a good dude. He's gonna fight hard, look at him go. He kicked off hard. right. I think I'm gonna load up for the day. Maybe I'll do one more cast, but these pike aren't really that much fun. Not a bad day on the water though, and like I said, this lake is hard to skunk on. It's a public lake. It gets a lot of pressure, but that one's sticky hooks. There's always a lot of pike out here, so it's a fun lake to fish, especially the first time of the year. I'm telling you, this gold and orange, like this color is absolutely amazing. I love throwing this in cold water temps. It just gets their attention. That's what I caught that bass on. That's what I caught both those pike on. But now we're gonna call it a day. So there's my rod setups for the day too. That jerkbait one was killer. But we're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go get the kayak loaded up and turn off the fish finder. Check out the cell block too. This is the Yak cell block for the fish finder. So my transducer arm is right there in the water. So when I'm done with it, I just fold it in like this. Now it's out of the water, it's out of the way. I turned it off already. So now I can go land on shore and we're all set. Best accessory ever. So, all right, let's load up. Well, kayak is strapped back up. We're all loaded up, ready to go. We beat the sunset. The sun did not set yet. That wind died down though, which is nice after we're off the water, but all loaded up, ready to go. Hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me on my first day of fishing in 2024. I've done seminars. I've been in the kayak in pools, but I have not been in the kayak in a lake yet until today. So you guys got to witness my first time fishing in 2024 in the kayak. Plus, I got back to my truck and I had a little note on my truck and it says, "Hi, best fisherman. I was just fishing here. Go get a Kit Kat." So this is this really cool kid, Caden. He eats Kit Kats like a monster. Like he just takes a bite out of like the whole brick of Kit Kats. And instead of breaking them off like you're supposed to and eating them individually, he eats the whole thing. Like it's terrible to watch. I hate it. But I've gone fishing with this kid. I met him, actually I don't remember how I met him exactly now. I have a terrible memory. I think I met him at one of the kids camps maybe or something. I know I took him fishing. That's how I met his family. I've taken him bowling and like we've hung out. He's a cool kid. So they must have been over here. So he left me a note. That's awesome. But that's it. Now heading back home. I gotta stop and run some errands and that's it. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out. Subscribe here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook for all the new hidden stuff coming out in the 2024 season. And make sure you watch our show. We start airing in April and May, coming up very soon here on Discovery Channel and Pursuit Channel and Discovery Plus. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye.